They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And the Mile High Air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Flacco. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Gun. You're over here. You're over here. Hurry up.
Flacco from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go, boy. Bring it on. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, dude. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Minshew, catch made here by Campbell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Ready, set. 61, matchbox, light.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Ready? 18 gator. Fair.
Hey, watch it. Slam.
Out.
They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Minshew. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jordan Jenkins charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
So third and long. Here's Minshew. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos first and 10 at their 25-yard line. A good gain there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To pass, Flacco. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
I'm scared.
On 2nd and 12, Flacco, he's got it to Hilton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Yeah, let's get set.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Mike, 44 Mike. Check.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. We'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Freeman, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Running right, this is Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Minshew. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Todd Davis.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on. We're getting hot. Yes. Wait. Hot.
On 2nd and 15 now. Flacco. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
Coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Catch it. Keystone, travel. Hey, orbit. Snap.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Indy, take 3, 218, chop. Hey, Charlie. Get that quarterback. Switch. Still have it. Go Mike 34, Mike 34.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags. And from the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Hey, foxtrot. Get it.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Flacco. He'll buy some time right. Complete to Hilton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, Monday. 44, Mike, 44.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
Understand. Mike, Hey, we got it.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 1.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 6 on red.
Hey, switch gears.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They're knocking on the door as they come. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Joe Flacco. As the first half is winding down, and the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Nice 50. Nice 50.
Hey, Delta.
Not that. Mike 50. Mike 50. Tighten up.
They'll throw now on the final play. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. 10, touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 81 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. He had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Flacco now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. This is the tight end Fant. There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Todd Davis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed. Quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run. Freeman. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect.
It's a foot race. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at the 20.
44 the long red. Check.
Flacco from the gun. The completion to Riddick. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
And again, it's Flacco to throw. Buying time to his left. Gets it off to Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Freeman trying to earn some more carries in this Bronco running game as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Flacco. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th.
Hey, go. Down, go.
A first throw for the backup Foles. Campbell making the catch. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 25-yard line. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Now Foles. And that is incomplete.
The one with the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Freeman. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
Yellow!
Mike 38, Mike 38. It's our time. It's our time.
Any weapon. Check 52. No.
Flacco. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 7, Foles. That one complete. He finds Shark. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Foles. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play to come away with the football.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on second down. Flacco, he gets it to Cooks. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be, 38 yards out. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go back to Rennick. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. On third down, Freeman. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver,